Oloilai, where you took me
Yeah.
now, it's a nice place. I love it. You know why? I wonder, okay, look at what kind of politics are these our political leaders playing? This politics of tokenism, this politics of impoverishment. It is so terrible that you remember the custom warehouse something where people were trampled upon in the process of trying to buy rice at a cheaper rate. And look at what happened in Ibadan. Our people are very quick to forget. It was just at the eve of Christmas that people had a stampede when the Olori Naomi and this guy, what is his name? This guy of Agidigbo FM or Oriyomi Amzat
I'm
happened.
that.
And there
Yeah.
were some other people in, I think, in Anambra State and also in Abuja that same period. Do you know that nobody's talking
Yeah.
about those issues again? Now, the government, any little thing, they are sharing money. Any little thing, they are sharing rice. Very,
Right.
very ridiculous. I don't know the level of poverty and disregard and, disrespect that can be as much. And funny enough, sometimes some of these things actually favor the party patrons. And I don't know the mentality, whether these Abuja people or it could even be locally, people do that. And when sometimes they say some things, they call it empowerment. And I just wonder that what is going on? So I'm saying that to say this, what an insult on the rest of us. Because, there was even a time, anyway, all of those tokenism. Now, like you said, we have more money cash wise, may not be cash value wise going to
Yeah.
the states, and people are looking at the center. They are not holding the states and the local government accountable, even though the current government is trying to transfer some kind of power, administrative and financial power, to the local government. Now, this tokenism thing, how did we get there? And why is it that, I know people are hungry. Maybe they are not able to resist when they are told to come and collect things. And some people even would have stayed at home alive. But when they go and collect, some people end up dying or getting injured. It baffles me. What's your opinion on this tokenism kind of thing? And the next thing you will see a senator sharing, I don't know if is it their duty? They say they are sharing their empowerment. This is collective money, everybody's tax money. And they will share the whole thing from Abuja. And they'll say constituency project. If they are not giving Okada, they are giving Marua, they are giving sewing machines, they are giving one kind of maybe hair dryer and all of those things to some select people. And that is everybody's money. It's not personal money, usually to party loyalists. What kind of
Yeah.
what kind of convolution is that?
Well, we really need to move away from this tokenism system. Then move to real, issue-based, governance, where the welfare of the people really matters. You see, we are all involved in all this thing, and we all cause it. Because we don't pay attention to what we should pay attention to. That is why, that's why leaders can come every cycle, every December, to come and give rice to people. That is weaponized poverty. Give rice December, give rice during Ilea, then give rice during election. Then they do it in turns and win election. But we as a people, we should try and see how to speak with one voice against it. Instead of giving rice, please fix road. Instead of giving rice, provide quality education, provide electricity. With electricity, a lot of small-scale industries will thrive. It is the collapse of small-scale industry that make people to go to where venues where they share rice, where they share empowerment stores. That is why people go there. If people, a small-scale industry is the engine room of every economy. Then for us to have a thriving small-scale industry, things like power, roads, water should be in place. So when we have a better structure for small-scale industries to thrive, we will reduce the number of people at the sharing sites going to collect cash of 5,000 and 2 Congo of rice. So government should go back to the drawing board and sit back and see to how small scale industries will come to life. With an improved small scale industry everywhere, everybody will, when you are busy, you have a target to meet in your workshop on this and this. How will you have time to go and queue for rice? Queue 5 hours, 6 hours just for a bag of 5 kilogram rice? No. So we really need to work on things that are important and de-emphasize all this sharing, whatever.
So
Thank you.
I have a question here, Oloyela.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Okay, let me ask you this: you are a civil engineer by training and by profession.
Yeah.
What's your view on Japa? Because I'm saying that because you are a professional, and we see a lot of professionals emptying into different parts of the world. What's your view? Things are really hard on ground. Yep. And you see more people are preparing. If they get the opportunity today, they will jump out. And you can't blame them because they're just looking for greener pastures. What's your general view, opinion, and thoughts on?
Well, exiting
wait, you have been in Nigeria, you refuse to Japa. Maybe you want to add that at the end of your conversation. Go ahead.
Exiting Nigeria majorly by young people for the moment cannot be stopped. Today in Nigeria, well, there are countless opportunities in Nigeria, no doubt, but you struggle to make things happen. You strive to make things happen. In Nigeria today, you strive fixing a lot of things for yourself. Then people try to emigrate abroad because they feel the grass is greener over there. Well, there are challenges abroad, but the law, the way the Western world society is built, the law protects the ordinary citizens more. And then that gives people room to emigrate. And then if you look at professionals, professionals in Nigeria, we struggle with the government, we struggle with our employer, we struggle with a lot of things. But over there, I don't know why Nigerian government is not paying attention to this Japa of a thing. Because in the Western world, they use everything possible to attract the best brains from Nigeria or from Africa. They use everything to attract the best brains to come and develop their system. Yes, foreign remittance comes back, and then, but the quality, the quantum of development that people who emigrate abroad, the quantum of development they live in the Western world is more than the foreign remittance they bring back. So we really, for now, for the moment, we can't stop emigration, the Japa syndrome of a thing.
Okay.
In any field, be it engineering, be it medical, the academia, people are living.
Okay. I have a right.
The people in the Western world, all they want is they want productivity, and they. By now, Nigerian government should sit down and say, how do we reverse this thing? And to reverse this is not rocket science. A lot of are itching to come back. If government pays attention to security and good rule of law, and then infrastructure, improve infrastructure, a lot of people will come back. There are opportunities in Nigeria. There are countless opportunities in Nigeria. But the pain people go through to make things happen is the disincentive here. And then,
Right.
but
Thank
unfortunately, government too, a lot of people in leadership position, let me add this. A lot of people in leadership position, themselves and their families, spend a reasonable amount of time in the Western world.
That's true.
So they are there too. So for the quality of life they enjoy over there, they fail to replicate the same here, and they care less about happenings here. At every opportunity, all their holidays is abroad, all their everything is abroad. There is a challenge I'm throwing around now on tourism in Africa. Then on tourism in Africa, narrowed down to Nigeria. For every opportunity that I see or read about a tourist site that is beautiful, I try to market it, and I challenge leaders that, do we have leaders marketing local beautiful tourist sites? So the Japa thing, the leaders are equally fueling it, because they too, most of our leaders have also Japa with their family.
Wow, makes sense. Makes sense. Oloye, before we round off, I would like to ask this question. You are in the construction industry. Not only are you a civil engineer, I see on your page a lot of beautiful, solid, and solid construction that you're handling for your clients. And I feel impressed. Sometimes you even want to teach people in the space to do things right. I don't know. It's not just a Lagos State thing alone. I see governments pulling down structures, pulling down houses. Last year it was really brutal in Lagos, in different locations, in Lekki, Opebi, in other places, even everywhere. And Enugu State recently, we saw what happened. We also saw what happened in Anambra recently, pulling down of
Headquarters.
And many others, including Bianca Ojuku's, some of those. So it's not a Lagos State thing. I don't know if it's happening in Ogun State. Could there have been a better? I know our people sometimes they can be very daring. Sometimes they break the law, thinking nothing with all this, nothing they happen kind of thing, or they think that the day will never come where one government will have the courage to hold them accountable for building in places that are not, designated for building, that are forbidden. What's your opinion with the kind of economy we find ourselves? Is destruction or pulling down those structures, if those structures are not in the way of public infrastructures like drainages, we know that some of those ones have to go if they are causing flooding in some places, but those ones that are not a threat to the ecology. As a professional building person in construction, I don't know. I believe you have an association on all those things. Personal opinion and professional opinion. What would we be saying to government on such things? Or is it good what they are doing? All over.
Okay. Outside few politically motivated demolition. Outside politically motivated demolition. Most of the demolition carried out by government is justified. Most of the demolition undertaken by government is justified because I wish we can pay more attention and respect to laws, especially urban and regional laws in Nigeria. We disrespect urban and regional laws greatly, and it's affecting us. That's the reason why we have flooding and a lot of other environmental disasters.
Sorry.
So on the side of government, most of on the side of government, most of the demolition is justified. Was one would have breached, town planning regulation edicts for their structure to be marked down for demolition. Then another thing is this: for every single building government is building demolition, there are five others waiting. We disregard the laws of the land so much here. So we need to pay more attention. We need to pay more. We need to pay more regard for the laws of the land, especially urban and regional planning laws. So
In
that's
this,
that. Then
in
on
this,
the side of the people need to respect the laws more to avoid, cases of destruction, or avoid crying, going to cry before the government. This is well, but then there are some exceptional cases where some vested interests in government show interest in some lands. Then those are exceptional cases. They just dislodge people there to take over their places. It happens too.
yeah, we
But
remember
that's
the
the
case.
right side of it.
Yeah, I can remember the case of Morocco. All
Yeah.
everywhere called Lekki today is ridiculous to know that those were just like the slums that people like Governor Raji Rasaki, military governor that time, the Morocco story, all the Lekki of
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
all the Jakonde side of the Lekki, Agunge, from all of those places, from VI, right from the link of VI, where VI links up to the whole stretch of Lekki was just like I mean, the construction wasn't planned or intended for such places. And today, I think, I don't know any axis of Lagos other than Banana Island and what is this project that is on water like this? What is that? Atlantic.
Lagos Atlantic.
Eco Atlantic, yes. Other than those two, I don't know
Eco
where
Atlantic, yeah.
else. I don't know where else is as expensive as this place that, under the pretense of being a slum, they dislodged people from there in those days, and it's now just like you said. Sometimes the poor are dislodged in order to now make room for the rich. Thank you very much, Oloye Laiwola Lai Deinde, for coming on this podcast
Yeah.
today. I don't know what would be your last word before we close, because you are a public affairs commentator and you are a public affairs observer, and your activity in the space keeps people informed, keeps us engaged. I follow your page, daily across all the platforms. Now you have this platform. In a minute or two, what will you be saying uh, generally on who we are, how we are, and the future of Nigeria, especially, I mean, generally?
Nigerians are great people. Nigerians are, in the eyes of the world, they're more for positive reasons. Well, we've had our fair share of negativity in the past, but not today. Sports, arts, entertainment, the drive, the resilience has really positioned Nigeria today. But there's still need for the leadership, better leadership, to catch up with what individual Nigerians are doing in the whole world. Nigerians are great people all over the world. So we really need the kind of quality leadership to match the quality individual Nigerians are offering in the whole world. Thank you.
I thank you so much for coming on this podcast, Oloye, engineer Lai Dede. Thanks for your contribution and thanks for your thoughtful, you know, addition to the conversation in our community. Um, I hope that when and if we, not if, when we invite you next time, that you will oblige us, because I would like to have a continuous engagement with you on this platform.
Well, I really enjoyed this and I look forward to more opportunities.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, viewers, there you have it. Oloye Engineer Lai Dende, a civil engineer and a chief of OTA in Ogun State, who is a national figure. Go to his page on Facebook. It is Lai, Layi Dende, and also on YouTube, sorry, on Instagram,
Instagram, especially
Instagram,
Instagram.
also
Yeah,
X, same Lai
yeah.
You will see
maybe.
is all the addition that value addition is having to the constructive political and social engagements we are having in our space. Thank you, guys. I will not sign off without giving kudos. This one is not kudos, oh. This one is kudos. Giving kudos to whoever's consulting, who are our back end supporters, the company that helps us to put together all our, you know, our broadcasts and take care of our editing from end to end. If you want to do anything in the social media, the new media, the digital media space, they are actually trained professionals, media professionals from terrestrial to online to everything, end to end. Please, I guarantee them, I support them, and I can vouch for them because I know the people behind that, and they have done a good job for me. They are very engaging and very collaborative. Thank you very much, guys. See you on the next one when I will bring another guest your way. Until that time, I wish you a nice